How's everybody doing today? Welcome to my annual winterizing. I do a video every single year and I try to get better at it so I get more thorough with my details and quicker with the video so it doesn't waste your time. Let's get right into it. Here's all the supplies I'm going to use. First thing I do is I'll add stable to the gas tank and I'll run the boat for 5 to 10 minutes. That way the stable gets into the fuel lines and into the carburetor. If you just put it in your tank, it's not going to get in your carburetor. You need to run it. So I already knew I was going to winterize it, so I ran it on the lake. I'm not going to do that in this video. Use 1 ounce per 10 gallons. So I'm going to put about 3 ounces in this boat. Then when you're running it, if you can plan, if you're going to be on the lake, you can take off your carburetor cap and add fogger to kill it. I did a video of that. I'll link it at the end to show how you kill it with the fogger. You don't need fogger. If you don't plan on using your boat for a couple years, I highly recommend fogger. You can also put it in your spark plugs. Then I have a -75 marine RV rated antifreeze. I live in Minnesota and it has been known to get below 50 degrees. So that's why I go with the highest. That way if there's any water pockets in there, it'll dissolve that and it'll probably bring the rating down a little bit, maybe -60. That's all right. And for this Mercruiser, I'm going to use a Quicksilver 90 weight. You can also use an 80 weight 90. This is a West Marine premium high velocity lower end lube. And you get a Quicksilver pump like this for about $10. And there is a metric fitting on there. First thing I have to do is take out my bench. That'll be a completely separate video. I'm going to take it out just so I can show you guys. Okay, now that I have my back bench out, which I said I'm going to link a video for that. I have all my winterizing stuff. I already ran the boat for 10 minutes with stable in it. I'm not going to do fogger because I'm not going to store it over for 1 season. I'll just show you real quick what I do. You take off your carburetor cap here. You can use a pliers or it's like a 12mm bolt. Run the motor and then spray it down in the carburetor until it dies. That's how you fog your engine or put it in the plug. I'm going to show you where the 5 plugs are that you got to pull out when you're winterizing your boat. This one specifically is a 4.3 Mercruiser. They're pretty similar in the 5.0 and the 5.7. The 3.0 and the 4.0 will be on the right side since it's only a 4-cylinder, and there's brass plugs on the bottom underneath the manifold. So let me show you this. It's really easy. Looking at your engine, the 5 plugs, there's one right here. Drain the water. There's one right here, and there's one right there on the block. So I'm gonna drain this. Sometimes you might want to just stick something up there. Little rust things can get stuck there. Just take something skinny and stick it in there to help it drain. Next side. So now that I did the port side, I'm going to go to the starboard side here. Same thing. Right there and right there. There we go. Okay, so what I did here is I took my drill piece and I unplugged that hole down there. That way it came out really nice. Much better. You want to make sure it drains all the way out. So those are the 5 plugs on your 4.3 Mercruiser. Okay, now that I have my plugs out and I drained all the water out of the block, I had to poke a couple holes inside there because the rust builds up. I'm going to put them back in and add coolant. Okay, now that I have my 5 plugs back in, I'm going to take this hose off right here and I'm going to dump coolant in here. I would recommend using the 8mm on this probably. I already loosened it up. Make sure this is really loose. There. Grab my first thing of coolant. So what that's doing is dumping directly into like the water pump thermostat area, and I'm sorry, water pump area, and then it's going into the manifold. I'm gonna make sure that's really hot pink. You can plug it up for a second. There we go. Nice. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna undo all my plugs again. So now that I dumped my coolant in the engine, it like direct shots it right in there. I'm gonna go ahead and dump these plugs out. Oh yeah, good color, good color. Good color. Good color. Okay, now I'm going to the other side. I might as well just put them right back in. Okay. Put it back in. Okay. There we go. And since I held this part up so high and it was flowing out of here and I kind of blocked this, it will run down in these lines here. These lines go to the manifold. We already drained these lines out. So I'm just going to add more coolant now and I'm going to leave it in the motor. Okay, I'm going to dump my 4th gallon down. Oh, I forgot to plug this one. Okay, so the reason why I held it so high is because I want this higher than this level. This hose right here you could actually take off too. This goes to the lower end. You want to make sure that when you look outside your boat, pink fluid dropped out on the ground. That way water doesn't sit in your impeller housing. So that's why I'm plugging this up, to make sure it gets all the way in there. There we go. That's that. There. Got that in. Okay, what I'm going to do quick is the lower end gear oil change. This is a generation 2 alpha 1, so that means it has the reservoir inside the boat. So I'm not going to drain it completely out. What you need basically is a big flathead, and get your pump and stuff ready, because I'm not going to drain it all. So the bottom screw is down here. You're going to want to do this one first and then take the top one out. And the reason why, it's like when you take a straw and you put it in your pump and you put the cap on, you can pull it out and the fluid stays in there. That's what you want. You don't want it running out so fast. Everybody always asks why the bottom one first, and that's why. So the screw is right here. So you want to make sure you get that rubber grommet. You can tell it's still on the boat. There. The grommets are very inexpensive. So if you need to just replace it, replace it. You need that though. That's going to seal everything. And while you're doing this, just make sure you clean off the magnet on the drain plug. So basically, the magnet's right here, and the drain plug has got a grommet to seal it. Now when I take off this top one, it's going to really start flowing. You know what? I only did this 20 hours ago. So I'm just going to put it all back in. So once it's all draining, I'm not going to do all mine. Mine is still clean. You're supposed to do it every 100 hours, but I do mine too frequently because I am always afraid and I don't use the boat that much. So I'm just going to put this on there, start pumping it up. Okay, now that it's starting to come out here a lot more, I'm just going to tighten that back up. So tighten the top one first, and then do the bottom one. Whoa. Make sure you have paper towels. Whoops, a little bit heavy on that. I'm just going to drain my line here so I can store it. I like to make this little, I like to use one of my winter reservoir things or buckets so I can hang it like that. Just cut it out. That's pretty easy. Well, that was fairly simple since it was already done so recent. Just want to show you how it's done anyways. I've done a ton of these videos. I'll leave one that's a full one on the end. And remember, this is the Gen 2. It has the reservoir. The Gen 1 before 1992 has no reservoir. Okay, once you put your trim in the right location where you want it, you don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, you don't want it scraping, undo your battery. I hope this video helped you, and I hope your winterizing goes smooth. You don't have to pour coolant in a second time, but I like to do it just to make sure.